All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some Division B action. We got HITTIN FENNEC going up against CAR-JITSU, one of my favorite matchups in all of Division B that I was looking forward to. It's going to be an absolute blast here as we get closer and closer to some semifinal matches.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I've kind of been the Div B guy this entire season. I've been watching a ton of it. I do play favorites here and there with some of these Div B teams. But I love getting to cast any chance I get for this division.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's like I said, this is one of my favorite matchups. Obviously, HITTIN FENNEC is going to be having a sub. I think this is their first time on the main stage, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So it's going to be one of my first looks at seeing Styles in place of Tannic Wrecker. But like I said, we talked a little bit about this in the pre-game or pre-LAN talk show, and that is the fact that there is nobody in this division to stop Swamp Donkey. Previously the only person he's lost to on LAN is Remzik. And there's my Remzik glaze for my casting debut here, but still, he has historically been the only person to do so. So I think this is a good matchup. This is really going to test CAR-JITSU and Swamp Donkey.
Yeah, and earlier today, both these teams sweeping in their respective matches. CAR-JITSU doing it on the main stage against Parched. Slight upset. They lost to him in playoffs earlier before LAN, so in a sweep. So completely reversing the roles here on LAN. Yeah, no, for sure. It's gonna, like I said, I'm just really excited for this one. If we can go ahead and take a peek at some of the stats here. So like you said, both these teams swept their opponents. You see HITTIN FENNEC 3-0 sweeping DIV on the B stage earlier, and then CAR-JITSU as well 3-0 sweeping a Parched team that I was a bit surprised. I think, we talked about this quite a bit about whether or not Parched was going to come out swinging or come out a little bit flat, and I think they unfortunately come out flat. But I mean, this is a Swiss stage. It ultimately doesn't affect too much. The only thing it affects is your seeding going into the semifinals, which are the elimination matches. Yep, that is correct. So even if I guess the B stage determines who's the three seed, who's the 4 seed. So that's kind of an important match. Unfortunately, not going to be able to see that one. Hopefully, we will be getting updates throughout. But no, I'm excited for this Swiss stage to come to an end here tonight. Yeah, no, and a lot of people had HITTIN FENNEC taking this one pretty easily. And then, a lot of people, myself included, thought that Styles was at least somewhat of an upgrade in some ways. Obviously, you lose out on some of that chemistry, but they did still have like a week to play together and kind of get their and Styles have played an entire season together and outside of DCRL plenty. Yes. They've had plenty of time they've had, a week, 2 weeks almost to kind of get that figured out. Yep. So I don't think chemistry is going to be a huge issue with this team. Correct. And as you see on screen, we can't forget about the man, the myth, the legend, Fighting Hamster as well, who's had an absolutely insane season so far. You can see him leading his team in goals per game, despite being that third man on his team. Been one of the main big reasons for the HITTIN FENNEC success this season. Shooting absolutely lights out, 39% as well. I mean, you just can't ask for more out of a third man on a team. Fighting Hamster, no matter where we put him, no matter what we've done, he always seems to find success, finds himself on LAN, on these great teams. He's definitely one of the common denominators. Yeah, and if I can, the sub for Tannic Wrecker actually has more goals per game. I think he's also breaking that 1 goal per game. I think it was like 1.1 or even higher. He's like leading almost. I think he's second after Passy, if I'm not wrong. Correct. He's definitely pretty far up there. And I mean, here's a guy that just knows how to put the ball in the back of the net. Also, one other shout out to Fighting Hamster's family. If y'all want to look top left of the crowd there, you can see mother, father, grandparents, siblings. You see the entire family tree. I've mentioned it plenty of times before. I love to see it. It's fantastic. Yeah, no, one of our biggest supporters here at Dakota Collegiate Rocket League. So love to see it. But I think we're ready to bring these guys to the stage. Let's welcome on HITTIN FENNEC.
We've got the undefeated Div B #1 seed. We got Fighting Hamster, Penn, and Styles with his redemption run. Give it up for HITTIN FENNEC!
We did it! Hooray! He stopped the dog catcher and he gave up. We did it! We did it! We did it! We did it! We found 100 keys in red boxes today. We rescued all the puppies from their cages. Hooray! Yay! Woo! Hooray! We did it!
Yep. So Penn, that's exactly what you get for not submitting a walkout song, buddy. Hopefully you enjoyed Dora the Explorer. So, but no, that was a fun one. HITTIN FENNEC, obviously, it's going to be really exciting to see them. Styles, 2 seasons ago did make LAN. Unfortunately, we all know what happened there. Unfortunately, couldn't make some LAN events there. So I'm excited to see him, be able to actually be up on stage, be there. We're gonna see exactly what Styles can do on LAN.
Yeah, that was a crazy flu he got.
Yeah,
I mean, it was pretty cold in Madison. So unfortunately, he was pretty sick the day of and couldn't make it. But this time around, ate his vitamins. He's good to go. Kept it warm.
All right. Let's go ahead and introduce the next team. I'll let you talk about these guys a little bit.
Yeah, this CAR-JITSU team, they've been, one of the top 3 dogs. I think they're pretty heavy in that top 3. After that, falls off quite a bit, and they've solidified themselves in that top 3 the entire season. Pretty well-rounded the entire season. I've been impressed by JD coming out. I was surprised he went second man in this Div B, making that huge jump, but he's impressed me. He's done super well. They've been shooting pretty well. Swamp Donkey, obviously known as that ground man, showed it earlier today on stage. And then Swamp Donkey, unfortunately leading in the most demos per game, probably because he doesn't get in the air. But other than that, I mean, pretty good so far. They've only lost to the other 2 top teams in this division, so they haven't been upset really.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's going to be a lot of fun to see these guys. But I think we're ready to bring them out. Let's go ahead and bring on CAR-JITSU.
We've got a lot of DCRL champions on this team. Let's bring them in. Xander, Swamp Donkey, and JD. Give it up for CAR-JITSU!
Chow down to Chinatown. I'm gonna be ninja. I practice every day. I practice every way. I don't always do good. I really wish I could. I drink from sippy cup. You know I won't give up. I gotta try my best. You can't expect no less. That Chow has not a clue. It's too good to be true. I'm making progress. Feels good, I must confess. I catch a flying tick.
There you have it. CAR-JITSU have taken the stage. One of my favorite walkout songs. But yeah, we do. I don't know, Swamp Donkey, can you hear me? Oh, not so. But we do have someone in the chat saying the Colts are frauds. So I don't know. Just wanted to put that out there a little bit, get in his head a little bit before this match. But no, like I said, I've been saying this the whole time. This is going to be an amazing matchup. In my professional opinion, I think this HITTIN FENNEC team will have a little bit of an asterisk next to their win if they get this here, just because of that sub. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's way steps better than Tanic Wrecker, but I would have loved to have the official team of HITTIN FENNEC here, just to be able to fully prove their dominance without any question. We're gonna see that here tonight. CAR-JITSU is gonna be a perfect test for them.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Even if they went 7-0 in the regular season, being undefeated in the regular season does not mean you automatically win the chip. You still have to prove yourself on LAN, both Saturday and Sunday, most importantly. So it is a little bit unfortunate that we do have that sub from Styles, but we do appreciate him making the 8-hour ride up here in 9 hours or so to make the sub. I know Penn was fighting for him pretty heavily, so appreciate Styles for making the trip out here.
Yeah, no, for sure. I love to see the support from all of our players and everybody watching, just having people willing to drive hours and hours and hours on end to just come play some car soccer. So it's very, very appreciated to everybody that is able to make it. So hopefully everybody is ready, like I said. So this is one of our final 2 Swiss matches on the day. So this Div B match, and then we'll have a Div A match after this. That'll be a 1-0 show match. And then after that, it's Elim matches for the rest the way out. It's best of 7s. One team goes home, one team progresses at that point to the grand final. So we are getting pretty close to the end of the season here. It's been a long day, but it's only going to get better. Yeah,
no, I completely agree. I think we are about ready to get going here. The match has been made, just waiting for the players to join here. God, I'm probably getting a scam call. That's great. That's lovely. Get off my phone! Damn it. I've gotten so many of those since graduating. It's like 5 a day. I swear they just go into recently graduated.
Yeah, they probably do. It's probably all the jobs they're applying for.
All right,
but-
so we got Div C run back. Okay,
Yeah,
I think
Div
we are
C.
ready to go here. Sweet.
All right, here we go. Div B underway. Hittin FENNEC versus CAR-JITSU getting underway here.
Yeah, so far, I'm looking for CAR-JITSU. They maintain pressure really, really well on the main stage early. I'm not sure if you were able to watch. I think you might have been down at the B stage, but they maintain pressure super, super well. I mean, they gave up some easy free goals that led to having 3 overtimes even in their sweep, but it looked pretty dominant even though every single one went to overtime.
Yeah, no, it really did. And so to see the two 3-0 teams on the day battle off, hopefully we get something that's not a 3-0, but here we go. We see Swamp Donkey find basically an open net there, finds a quick opening and Hittin FENNEC's defense, and CAR-JITSU lock in early.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys could see it before the cam switch, but Swamp Donkey hitting the what happened emote, basically.
What did
now
he
I'm
do?
just saying where the defense went.
Did he just take his shoe off?
What? Shoe?
I swear to God, I just see him. Or maybe it was his
Yeah,
undies,
they
I
get
don't know.
ultra
But
freaky on the stage. I guess whatever rolls your boat there. Whatever gets you the dub.
I guess so. But CAR-JITSU off to a great start here. Again, Hittin FENNEC, we're gonna see how Styles can fit in on this team. We mentioned his connection with Penn, having that experience from previous seasons and off season. But we see a bump from Penn. That might just go all the way in. Penn is on the other side. You also see Penn talking some trash on the other side. I think we got ourselves a grudge match here.
Oh, okay. They're looking over, talking shit. I like that. Okay, that was a deep bump from Penn. Why was he even there? But it ended up working out. Oh my God.
Yeah, I hope we haven't really had much opportunity for trash talk or yelling or anything yet. So hopefully, because there's been so many 3-0 sweeps, it's really hard to be able to, trash talk or anything like that when you're just getting absolutely demolished. But, with these two 3-0 teams, hopefully we can start to see a little bit of fight back, maybe more than 3 games in this series. But minute and 15 in, looks like Fighting Hamster looking for a touch. Unfortunately goes missing, uncharacteristic from him, but Penn able to reconvene, get a touch over one, trying to get one past his opposing teammate. Styles out a shot, places that one bottom right, and Hittin FENNEC in the lead.
Typical Styles play, absolute slot in the bottom right corner. He had most of the net to work with, but chooses to slot it anyways. That's why Penn wanted to pick him up. Penn is definitely a pass-first type of guy. You saw it in the stats. His shooting percentage wasn't great, but he loves having those shooters on his team.
Yeah, no, he's a very good first man on his team, just being able to, create chances, whether it's bumps, set up passes, those types of things. Like you said, very pass-first mentality. And, we saw it in the stats, too. Fighting Hamster is kind of the put-away guy, the cleanup crew, if you will, setting up and putting away so many of those chances that Penn might create.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously been working the entire season, undefeated. I haven't watched too much of their games on exactly their play style, but it just seems like they're just super consistent and it rotates. Obviously, you kind of have to be undefeated. You can't have any inconsistencies. But so far, it's been showing, and they're up 2-1.
Yeah, no, for sure. One of the players that I kind of didn't talk too much about yet was JD on CAR-JITSU. And for me, he's kind of the it factor on this team. I think there's definitely a little bit of inconsistency there. And so I've seen him play so well. And when he does, this CAR-JITSU team looks so good. But at other times, there's been, maybe some times where maybe, missing balls, stuff like that. But we see Swamp Donkey able to put one in. I don't know exactly what happened here. But like I said, JD for me is kind of the it factor on this CAR-JITSU team.
Yeah, I mean, I think this whole team, as a whole, can be a little bit streaky at times. They have games where they feel kind of dull and flat, but they also have games where this keeps going over and over. It doesn't seem like they're doing anything crazy, but they're just forcing mistakes, and just like that, they find the lead. How are you talking trash when you just got scored on?
Yeah,
Penn,
I don't know.
Let's
see what happened here. Penn.
I messed with that.
I think Penn was actually
it's actually for the love of the game. Trash talking for the love of the game, even when you got scored on. I love that mentality, Penn.
Yeah, I love to hear it. We're only like halfway. We got 5 goals in this first game. Pretty much no defense being played, it seems like. This might just be another one, but Xander able to make a great read off the backboard. Styles keeps the pressure on here. Penn is going to have an opportunity, but is able to get a 50 off. JD going to redirect this ball into the blue half, but Fighting Hamster able to pop it up. Should be able to get another touch on it, but can't get it over Swamp Donkey. He pops it up. JD gets a nice piece of it here. Penn, it's a nice controlling touch. Gets a nice pinch off the side. Well, this might be there for Xander, but barely saved away by Hittin FENNEC.
Well, I'm going to this one to the Hittin FENNEC backboard. Never mind, he gets a touch on it. Bar down, and he gets the bar. He gets it off the bar. Fortunate bounce for Swamp Donkey, unfortunate for Hittin FENNEC and their fans.
Did I just hear a donkey chant in the?
Yeah, that laugh kind of tells me.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I like that. I like to keep that one up. But CAR-JITSU up by 2 here, 2 minutes left to go. I'm looking for some of these teams to start playing a little defense. I'm here for all the goals and stuff, but you know, for this to be an entertaining series, Swamp Donkey going up for a insane redirect there, but sends it a little bit too far high. Fighting Hamster, chance here for another touch. Swamp Donkey respecting it, but Styles comes in for a shot, but does get saved away by CAR-JITSU.
Pan looking a little awkward there in defense. Needs to get back, makes a nice high touch over to his corner, gets a boost. Does he have the following touch? Trying to control it, gets it over JD with a flick, follows it, not quite over Swamp Donkey. Still rocking the flat car. I mean, he swept earlier, it's been working, so I was definitely surprised to see him rocking the flat car though.
I feel like Swamp Donkey rocking whatever the car that is. I don't even know what kind of car that is.
Maybe?
What is it?
The Mantis, I think?
Mantis or something like that? Yeah, probably something like that. It's like the Rock Lee training weights, I think. I think he's putting this on until they start losing, and then it's like, boom, you drop him off and you start doing Swamp Donkey things. I think that's kind of the approach he's taking, because I've never seen him use something other than the FENNEC. See a missed opportunity there, but what were you going to say?
I've seen him rock that car before.
Oh.
I think it's just a way to kind of remind himself to have fun with the game. When he's having fun and he's laughing on stage,
that is true.
Like, he's absolutely dominating. I've seen it time and time again. He's laughing on stage. You're absolutely cooked. So I think it might just be a way to like remind himself to not take the game so seriously and have more fun with it.
Yeah, I know for sure. But 30 seconds to go. CAR-JITSU in the lead. You see Swamp Donkey go missing.
Ooh.
You see him cringing in his own camp. Can't believe what he just did. And all of a sudden, with 26 seconds to go, Hittin FENNEC up only behind by 1 now. And so this is going to be very, very interesting as we close out game 1.
Man, I mean, it's been a lot of sweeps today. A little bit flat and dull throughout the entire day, but this one looking like a lot of fun so far. The players are talking to each other, they're laughing, they're joking. So I'm excited to see this first game.
15 seconds to go here. Can Hittin FENNEC answer back? That's a great pop by JD. Penn able to get a bump instead of the ball. Xander trying to maybe maintain pressure here, not going to do so. 5 seconds to go. Swamp Donkey gets a much needed 50. Can Hamster keep it up? It might be their Hamster shot. Gets denied by CAR-JITSU, but Hamster again in the right place here. Swamp Donkey might be able to hit this down. Styles, shot on! Huge save from JD to keep this lead on, but it's not over yet. Can Xander go the other way? Not quite. Ball gets popped up by Hamster. Styles, chance to go the other way. Can it go up? But a fantastic touch from Swamp Donkey.
This one's still up in the air. Styles trying to control this one. Corral it. Xander is able to hit it down, and they win game 1, 4-3.
That was a fun way to end game 1 after a 7-goal game. But it is CAR-JITSU to come out on top. And need I remind you, it is a best of 5. So not too many games to work with here. And you see Swamp Donkey on the stats getting all 4 goals for CAR-JITSU. And if you've ever heard me cast before, you'll know that I'll say that that is not a consistent way, a reliable way to find success. You need to spread it out a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they will definitely take the first game, though.
For sure, for sure.
But yeah, I totally agree. You're going to have to start getting JD and Xander involved. I'm not saying if you have an open shot, pass it. I think it's more on JD and Xander to put themselves in the right spot at the right time to be able to score those.
Yep, nope, for sure. And that's kind of, I think that's kind of how you have to approach, going into this game number 2. You look at that and you say, okay, how can we spread this out a little bit more? But game number 2, going to get underway here. CAR-JITSU in the lead by a game here. We'll see if Hittin FENNEC can answer back here. Maybe I'm kind of looking forward to maybe some more defense being played in this game.
Yeah, I mean, 7 goals in 1 game. That's abnormal. That's not your normal scoreline in a game. So, I mean, first game can definitely be pretty volatile. Either be pretty, stalemate, or it could be what we saw last game, 7 goals. So I do expect things to slow down like we kind of hope so.
Yeah, I would say so as well. That's a great touch off the backboard by Penn there. Not able to get a good follow-up. Swamp Donkey is going to cut rotation here, put a shot on. Xander also going to commit to it. Gets a decent 50. Penn, not the best touch here. Might set it up for Xander as he gets a flick around 1. What a save! Coming from Styles!
Hey, double save!
Double denial from Styles. An insane defensive play. I called for more defense, and Styles brings it out.
And he might just score. Oh, my God. If he had the double save and then goes down the field and scores it, I mean, what more can you ask from a sub of all? But still 0-0, tied up in this game. This one up for Styles, cannot quite find the backboard, not enough boost. Hamster putting it a little bit wide. JD there to make the pop, finds the second touch, maybe a third, not quite. Penn, a little bit awkward, gets bumped for his efforts. One's gonna be rolling up the backboard for Xander.
He's going to try and control it here off the backboard. Runs out of boost in the process. Styles almost finds an open shot there. Not too quite sure what the vision was there. Fighting Hamster gets a good 50. Can't quite meet it. And that's another storyline that I actually haven't mentioned yet, is that Fighting Hamster and Swamp Donkey are former teammates and champions together. And here they are facing off against each other on LAN probably exactly a year later. Or maybe a year and a half, but either way, Swamp Donkey and Fighting Hamster, former teammates, champions as well, so maybe a little bit of a grudge match there as well.
Yeah, I believe they came up from the lower bracket, so they had an absolute grueling path. They definitely, bonded quite a bit over the season and that, but now they are enemies. They cannot be too friendly against each other. They both want to win, and you can kind of see it here. Like I said earlier, kind of stalemating here. Some more defense being played. Not a single goal scored so far. We're about halfway in. Swamp Donkey trying to find it. Penn dragging a little awkward. Gets it off the post there from the backflip. Xander trying to pitch this one mid. But that one goes soaring over the net.
Fighting Hamster, good 0 boost touch there. Gets it around 1. Gets a good 50 with the second. But Swamp Donkey is able to keep the pressure on. Puts it back in its blue half. Styles outlet pass here. Looking for Penn. Might have another shot, but JD there to get a good 50, but Penn, good cut of rotation there. It's dangerous. Swamp Donkey hits it off his own backwards, but Fighting Hamster free shot, but JD with a pre-jump on 0 boost is able to get a piece of it. That's a good bump from Fighting Hamster. If Penn can get around this ball, might be a fake. Styles gonna shoot, forces 2 to commit. It's not over yet. Xander, good controlling touch here as Swamp Donkey able to hit it out.
I know I said Penn is a pass-first kind of guy, but that was crazy. Open look on net. And that was also another open look on net, and he scores that one instead of passing it.
Yeah, that's a good little play there from Penn. Good setup there by Fighting Hamster, forcing out an awkward touch out of JD, who had 0 boost to work with. And Penn, the captain of this HITTIN FENNEC team, able to put his team up by a goal. Minute 48 left. A little bit less of a scoring game than game number 1. Both teams kind of settling in here. Locking on defense a little bit. A little bit of an awkward play as Swamp Donkey gets absolutely dookied and hit FENNEC up by 2.
Yeah, you were casting earlier and you missed a dookie call. I was kind of upset, especially since we had that line of
Should I fire him?
Dookie.
Should I just get rid of him?
But unfortunately, I think it's Swamp Donkey in the corner. They're just not going for the ball. Ends up getting absolutely obliterated on the 50 straight to his own net.
Yeah, I know HITTIN FENNEC starting to run away with this game number 2. Still a minute and a half to work with if you're CAR-JITSU, as one goes missing on that play. Xander does pop it out, but kind of gives away possession, but it is a double commit from HITTIN FENNEC as Swamp Donkey again kind of just pops it up there. A little bit of a fake comes out from Xander. Swamp Donkey again can't get the boost, and that's again JD on 0 boost. I feel like I've said that so many times in this series. Looks like JD struggling a little bit to maintain good boost control. That's a great little pop by Penn. It's going to force out 2. Swamp Donkey is the first man back, able to make a save as Xander actually makes a great touch on his own corner.
Yeah, Penn trying to get the 50 there, but beat out by Swamp Donkey over towards his own corner. Styles gets a nice relieving clear, but it's straight towards JD, who puts it back towards this HITTIN FENNEC corner. An awkward middle touch from Hamster, but the guy in midfield just didn't go. Respected Hamster. He gets a pinch over towards this CAR-JITSU corner, where it's met by Swamp Donkey.
Fighting Hamster puts it midfield. Penn, a little bit of an awkward touch there, trying to maybe pop it towards backboard, but it might just work out for Swamp Donkey. It's on, but Penn able to scramble back, make a diving save there. JD, not the best touch, kind of gives away possession to Hamster, but Xander there to intercept, but can't maintain control. Styles, opportunity goes missing, finds a Swamp Donkey instead. And now he's going to try and carry out on his own. Does get it around Penn. Here we go. Swamp Donkey ground play. Ends up bumping Xander. I think Xander wanted the pinch. Swamp Donkey wanted the solo. And oh my goodness.
Same team. What are you doing, guys?
You're on the same team. But 3 seconds to go. I think HITTIN FENNEC are going to be able to win this game number 2.
Yeah, they end up tying up this series. A little bit more dominant of a win than CAR-JITSU's game was in game 1. And a little update from the B stream here. Parched are up, I believe, 2-0 after their game 3 overtime win.
2-1.
2-1?
Yep.
What did I say?
You said 2-0.
Oh, yeah. 2-1 over DIV. But back over to this game here, hitting FENNEC, winning this game, tying up the series.
Yeah, no, I think I'm glad. We got a 1-1 series, which means we are for sure, obviously, not going to be getting a 3-0 sweep. Yeah, no. Holy cow. But yeah, no, minute. I was looking at the replay. I almost went into play-by-play.
Just straight botted into it.
All right, here we go. Game number 3 getting underway. The winner of this game will be progressing to match point. We'll see who can come out on top.
Yeah. I mean, a tied series, I mean, it's not a sweep. That's more than we can ask for at this point today. A lot of sweeps so far. So I'm glad we're getting not a sweep in this Division B, as well as the B group here, the B stream. So pretty close here, as well as this ball in the midfield here for Swamp Donkey, trying to get a play going. The Hamster's a little awkward. Penn kind of bails him out, but a double commit, unfortunately. This one's past mid. Xander shut down by Penn at the point of attack.
I am noticing quite a few double commits from both teams so far. You know, may it be LAN nerves, may it be Styles being a sub, lack of chemistry. But I'm even seeing it on the side of CAR-JITSU as well, who obviously don't have a sub. So we'll see if some of that can start getting cleaned up, especially on defense. It seems a little bit panicked and just doing everybody's just doing what they can, not really thinking about where their teammates might be. But already a minute in, still scoreless. Styles here pops it up high, has a full tank of boost to work with, but opts to just kind of fall off that ball. Swamp Donkey not able to make a great touch. JD does come flying in here. He's going to look for one more midfield. It's going to be there, and Xander jumps on it and scores first.
Yeah, Xander scoring it. First goal of the game for the straight. We got a Xander chant going on here. Okay, we got some chants going on for Team CAR-JITSU here.
I'm waiting for that donkey one to come back. That was good. Yeah, CAR-JITSU though. One of their, I can't remember exactly how game 1 went, but you know, game 2 they were behind by pretty much the whole time. So good for CAR-JITSU to get a goal here early in game 3. HITTIN FENNEC looking to answer back. Those Styles bangs us into this orange half. Penn should be able to get a toucher on Xander.
Oh, double
opportunity!
Hey, come on!
Slot coming out from the captain. An insane shot coming from HITTIN FENNEC.
Gets the toucher on Xander, and then the double on top of JD and right above Swamp Donkey. Can't do nothing about it.
On his head. That's a great answer back. Exactly what you need in that situation. HITTIN FENNEC should now have the momentum, but Swamp Donkey looking to try and answer back as Hamster makes a fast aerial there. Penn able to get another great 50, but not able to find a great follow-up here. And now looks like Penn on Zero Boost just pops us in. Xander able to control Penn, trying to cut rotation. Not able to find a touch though as Hamster pops us in. JD sends us across the field. Xander trying to redirect it in. And you see Swamp Donkey also. Look it, he's in the FENNEC.
Oh, he lost the game.
Listen, I don't know if my theory was true or not. We'll see if he can activate off that card change.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's done that in the past when he was playing that car. He plays it until he loses. Then he goes into lock-in mode.
Yeah.
So let's see if that, affects how this CAR-JITSU team does. So far, we got a tied game. About halfway through, Swamp Donkey trying to put a shot on target. Not very fast, though, and pretty low. Penn with the ISO. Styles going for the bump. Greedy play. JD, great immediate goal on there for the third man.
That's one of the scariest situations to be in. Third man staring down the barrel of 2 players running at you. So kudos to JD for being able to stop that one. Now Xander maybe looking for a pass out, but it's a double commit. Might work out still. Swamp Donkey beats out one. Xander had a chance there, but doesn't have the boost to be able to capitalize. And the crowd's very upset at that one. And Styles going to pop this midfield. Penn looking for another redirect. And I've been very impressed with Penn's play thus far in this series.
Yeah, he's been playing absolutely outstanding. And yeah, the crowd absolutely riding or dying with CAR-JITSU so far. Chanting, getting upset when they miss. Oh! A great shot from Fighting Hamster. I believe that's his first of the series. He comes out and breaks that ice.
Yeah, no, we saw his 1 goal per game average. And, after the first 2 games, not having a goal is somewhat uncharacteristic, I would say. But you have to wonder if that's the effect of having Styles on your team. Is a little bit different from playing with Tannic. You have to wonder. But nonetheless, Fighting Hamster is able to get one started here. Styles, solo play opportunity, but a nice early jump from Xander. It's going to deny that one. Hamster, unfortunate miss there. Can't get it into that blue half, and now he's going to try and fight back here, but a great 50 from JD pops us the other way.
Yeah, this one's on target. Styles, a double kill needed to save that one. A pinch upwards actually saves them. Xander just hitting this one away. Had no boost to work with, really. Fighting Hamster. Pinches this one off the orange corner. Is anyone there to get it? Fighting Hamster with a double dookie.
That's a dookie if I've ever seen one. Pinches it all the way down the field, gets a very favorable bounce off the corner. Dookie's JD, Juki's Swamp Donkey, and yeah, Hittin FENNEC with an insane answer back. That's 3 unanswered goals after the first one from CAR-JITSU. And minute 14 left, Hittin FENNEC in a pretty comfortable lead here on out.
Yeah, after that game 1, I mean, they're on a 5-1 run here.
Yep.
Between the last 2 games, so they've been looking pretty dominant after that first game. Maybe just had to get those, I want to say landers, because a lot of these players on this Hittin FENNEC team have played on LAN plenty.
Yep.
Styles has played in 3-4 LANs almost. Fighting Hamsters played in plenty. Penn's played in a few. So I don't think it's chalking up to the landers, but just figuring it out on the main stage here.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then you, I mean, if you look at the other team, CAR-JITSU, they also have quite a bit of LAN experience as well, right? You got Swamp Donkey, he's got at least 3. JD obviously is a rookie to LAN, but Xander, I believe, has a championship under his belt as well. So some very winning Rocket League players on this pitch right now. But CAR-JITSU going to have to try and prove that here. 20 seconds to go. They need 2 goals to try and make something happen. But Styles absolutely stuffs JD. Sends this ball into his own half here. Swamp Donkey kind of goes missing here. Xander looking to carry this out. He's going to need a goal right here. Styles is able to get a touch here. JD trying to pop it mid. That's a good 50. Xander, it might be there. JD trying to commit to that ball. With that goal not going in, that game, or that attempt is going to end this game number 3. Hittin FENNEC going to match point.
Yeah, maybe one for the morale, but Penn shuts that down. Another pretty dominant win here for Hittin FENNEC. Another 2-goal lead. Oh my goodness, Styles, that is awfully close. But yeah, I mean, you mentioned JD not having that LAN experience. And unfortunately, his goal explosion so far is an urban legend. We have not seen it. So I'm looking for him to get on the scoring side of things in this game 4.
Yeah, no, he's been a little bit quiet. He's set up a few opportunities, has a few assists under his belt. You see one right there on the replay. But yeah, just again, he's kind of that X factor for me. And you know, if he's not being involved in more goals and stuff, I don't know. CAR-JITSU, it seems like they've kind of fallen a little bit flat here and there. But I do have an update. It looks like Diddy actually won game 4. So Parsh and Diddy in game 5 currently. So we'll see how that one ends up as well. But game 4 here between Hittin FENNEC and CAR-JITSU getting underway here. JD trying to get it off early. TC Swamp Donkey with an early jump there. Penn, decent redirect here. JD gonna need to read it. Can't quite as Penn sends it wide.
Yeah, unfortunately not able to find that one. Probably would have been blocked if he shot it on target though. So good defense coming up from JD in the end. Penn trying to hit this one up towards the orange corner. JD with the big boom and clear out towards Xander. Not able to find a touch, goes around it. Fighting Hamster clears it towards this orange corner. Back towards JD yet again. Gets 50 with Styles, but ends up absolutely dominating him on that one.
Yeah, no, Xander needs to make a touch here. Kind of redirects it off his own backboard. A little bit awkward here. Should be able to try and get a clear out, but it's not the best. Hamster puts it across the field. Swamp Donkey gonna be reconvening here. Trying to meet his former teammate there. Penn able to try and muscle his way through. JD is able to get a demo here. Leading blocker of Swamp Donkey. JD makes it out the crossbar. And they're going to want that one back. They're going to need that goal if they want it. But they're going to go back the other way here. It's a 3-on-1. JD's on 0, but looks like Hittin FENNEC. And it's getting physical.
Oh my God.
On this pitch right now. Xander, opportunity of his own, going to pop it off the backboard. And it's Swamp Donkey puts it under his former teammate. And CAR-JITSU are up by 1 early again.
I think we just heard the hee-haw. I don't know how he thread that needle. That was insane how he even found it on the left side of the net. Insane to me, but ends up putting it, I believe, off of Pendragon, or Penn. It's an old name, but immediately answering is Fighting Hamster.
And both times that CAR-JITSU now have gotten, you know, an early lead, Hittin FENNEC answers back almost immediately. Last game, it was Penn with an insane double tap. Pretty much completely erased all the momentum. And here, a kickoff goal, which is almost just as bad as getting double tapped on. So hopefully CAR-JITSU can learn from that game 3 and answer back, and they can.
Hey!
I speak it into an existence, and Xander with a very quick answer back.
throwing haymakers at each other. No defense being played in this game 4. They're going back to game 1. We're getting another 7-goal game here.
Yeah, we are definitely on pace to do just that. Minute and a half in, 3 goals. It's been exciting to say the least. As CAR-JITSU trying to send this to a game 5 here. As Fighting Hamster passes midfield. Penn, I think he wanted to shoot that one. Sends it a little bit too wide there, but gets the boost. Gonna try and do something crazy. Rings it off the backboard. And Penn and these solo plays are absolutely amazing to watch.
I've been impressed by his offensive capabilities outside of passing and creating opportunities for his teammates. He's been great at creating actual threatening opportunities on net, which, I mean, if they're saved poorly, turn into passes, or if they're shot poorly, turn into good passes as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's the role that Penn really thrives in, is being a first-man monkey. And that's kind of what he's doing here, just kind of cutting rotations, going for crazy shots, demos, all the above. And it's really opening up a lot for his team. But they are still down by a goal, so we'll see if they can keep finding some success here. They're on defensive end right now as Penn himself pops it out, but Xander is able to get up to it first. Swamp Donkey meets Hamster here. Not the best 50 as Penn now. Opportunity once again here, maybe a double tap, but Xander is able to get up and make a save. And that's a pinch between Swamp Donkey and Xander, but Hamster is back, able to make a save.
Yeah, Styles and Net just gonna save that roller, coming straight at him towards the midfield. Fighting Hamster pops it up towards this orange corner. He's gonna end up falling it himself. Does not find the pinch on the wall. Styles last back, need to make a touch. Swamp Donkey going for the Bluetooth dookie, but does not find it. Xander gets this ball on the sidewall. Not much boost to work with. Pops it up for his teammate that is up. JD gets one to the backboard. Swamp Donkey, is he there? Playing patient on his defense as that third man.
Pops it into this corner, trying to follow up on his own shot, but gets denied by Fighting Hamster. He's looking for another 50. He does get it on Xander. JD now, maybe a shot, floater, almost finds the top left corner. Swamp Donkey again trying to lob a shot on. The defense from HITTIN FENNEC is holding strong. Styles gets kind of an awkward touch. Penn forced to cut rotation, is getting 50 in the process.
Jesus.
And a beautiful little redirect on the ground from the captain, Swamp Donkey, and they're up by 2.
I can't wait to heal.
That's such a good chance.
It's amazing.
That's a good one.
A couple demos coming up from, I believe, both these teams here. Ends up working out in CAR-JITSU's favor.
Yeah, no, being able to answer back here, threatening here to send this to a game 5 should be absolutely electric to see how that goes. But HITTIN FENNEC going to do everything in their power to not make that happen. Can they do it though? Styles going to try and get that started. Takes it out of his own blue end here. A little bit of awkwardness pursuing here. Xander trying to go for a solo play. Penn able to find a good bump there. Swamp Donkey on the ground, and Penn knows better than to give him any space.
Yeah, I mean, he probably knows what happened earlier today on the main stage. The double fake, I believe it was, coming up from him immediately in game 1. But anyways, we're not in that series anymore. They are up 3-1 in this game 4. Looking to tie up the series, go to game 5. Swamp Donkey to the backboard. Xander trying to find a shot on target. Does not, though. JD commits as pseudo third man there as Swamp Donkey was getting back.
Xander on 0 boost, pops it, leaves it for Swamp Donkey. Looking for the fake there as Penn and Swamp Donkey. Anime battle in midfield there, going back and forth. Can't quite make it happen. JD with a chance, but stuffed by Styles. And now Penn has a little bit of boost to work with. Going to look for maybe a musty, maybe a controlling touch, but Xander reads that well. Styles pops it midfield for Hamster. Hamster gets up early, beats out 1. He's going to try and pop it mid for one more here. 15 seconds to go. HITTIN FENNEC need this goal right here. Penn trying to set it up. Denied by Xander. JD, beautiful rotation. Hits it back into his own end here. 5 seconds to go. Can they get a goal? But the backboard is defended. And CAR-JITSU sending this to a game 5.
Yeah, maybe one for the morale here for HITTIN FENNEC if they can put it on target here. Styles puts it on. That's a wow. That's a crazy pre-jump.
He got a reset.
Nah, that's disrespectful. Nah.
Yeah!
Yeah, JD!
Yeah!
Oh my goodness. That's a lot of talk from someone who hasn't scored yet. We're going to game 5. This is getting exciting. This is more exciting than I could have ever hoped for.
He said, "Sit down." Love to see that. Love to see that. But we got a game 5 between these two current, I would say, Titans. I think we found the two duos here that are evenly matched as of right now. We got HITTIN FENNEC and CAR-JITSU going to 5, and Parched and Diddy going to 5, which I don't know
Parched
exactly
won.
how that ended, but
Parched won in Game 5.
Parched won in Game 5. You're here to heard it here first. So Parched are going to be your 3rd seed. But moving forward to this game, we want to see who the number 1 seed is going to be. So we'll see how this goes. Game 5 underway.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this game's going to go. I mean, it could either be super volatile or it could just be a stalemate. I'm really not sure. I'm kind of thinking the latter. I think it's going to be a pretty low-scoring game. I mean, both these teams have been laughing, joking with each other, but JD finding his first for the straight on the scoreboard.
You see JD getting active.
He's getting
in the
wild.
cams. You love to see that. Do not let JD get active. It might end up being bad for you. So
Only took him
CAR-JITSU.
20 minutes and 28 seconds.
And then it's just going to be a cut to like 10 seconds to go to Brazil. 7-1. Oh, man. That would be funny if that does happen. But looks like CAR-JITSU currently have all the momentum.
Yeah, I mean, seem like they're rolling so far, taking that Game 4 and then scoring pretty early on in this Game 5. I was talking about how I think it's going to be a pretty low-scoring game, but they shut me up immediately, scoring 28 seconds into the game. HITTIN FENNEC looking to get some ground here. Pendragon gets bumped. That's a crazy bump. Swamp Dog, you're going to take the open net. That's a crazy play from, I don't know if it was JD or Xander on the bump.
Yeah!
Yes.
Beautiful goal. Love to see it from CAR-JITSU. And you got to give an assist there to Xander, even though he doesn't get credited on the scorecard. He's setting up that play, finds the much-needed demo, or bump, or more so, on HITTIN FENNEC. And CAR-JITSU look like they're trying to run away with this thing. And it's a pretty good start. We'll see if HITTIN FENNEC has the ability to try and come back. Styles looking for a shot. Does get on his head. Swap Donkey going back.
Oh!
Beats him to it.
Yes! Hee-haw! They find themselves up 3-0. You see laughs from every single player on CAR-JITSU. But HITTIN FENNEC, they look like they're trying to lock in and bring this one back a little bit.
I see Penn in the cam trying to chirp, trying to crawl his way back out of this 3-0 hole. Because right now CAR-JITSU have everything in their favor. They have the momentum, the mental, everything. It's going to be very hard to shut that down. HITTIN FENNEC going to need a statement goal or two to try and battle back. And that's an own goal. Hey, that'll do it too. I'll take an own goal. Could that be the end of the momentum?
The Swamp Donkey classic right there. Oh, he's going to have to jump. Oh, he jumped. Oh no, and the Xander own goal. Reminiscent of last season. But anyways, I mean, HITTIN FENNEC only down 2 goals. This just got way, way more doable. I mean, 3 goals, 4 minutes wasn't crazy undoable. It's definitely way doable. But 2 goals is a lot easier.
Yeah, no, and I also want to take a minute to say I think CAR-JITSU have started to find a lot more disruption and bump plays. You know, we've seen so many of their goals come from a result of, you know, a bump play or a bump setup, demo, whatever it may be. I feel like they've really found their stride having that type of play style. I don't know if that's normal. It looks like we got a rule 1, maybe? Nope, not quite. Looks like they broke out of it somehow.
For sure.
Yeah, if it was Yellow Dog in there, he would have definitely broke that immediately.
I'm starting a movement. I've got the people for it.
You're not starting anything. But anyways, that's almost a goal.
Tragedy.
FENNEC could have brought this back within 1, but great defensive showcase there from CAR-JITSU.
Absolute tragedy. Just hitting on the post and just skimming that goal line. Styles trying to go for this one. Does not hit the ceiling. Does not have the boost to get up for it. Otherwise, he would have. Swamp Donkey. I don't know what his plan was there. A little bit of eye candy coming out from him. This one's going to be on the backboard Swamp. Pinching this one out back towards the corner. This one's just kind of chilling in this CAR-JITSU corner here. Not leaving whatsoever. Let's see how long. Can we get a countdown? Okay.
There you
go. But anyways, Penn ends up going missing. Not what you want to see if you're down 2 goals, JD. Oh my God. 2 own goals in the same game.
Oh, man. I don't know how I feel about that one. JD absolutely botches the shot, and Hamster just unfortunate own goal. It's so you cannot read situations like that. You know, it might look a little weird in the moment, but I promise you, everybody's been there. That's just so unfortunate for Hamster. Feel bad for him, but still, it's not over. We've seen crazier things done. HITTIN FENNEC, 3-goal deficit. We'll see if they can battle back.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit rough. I mean, they were down through with 4 minutes left. Now they're down through with 2 minutes left. So they have, you know, effectively half their time to make this comeback. And it's not been looking too good the last couple games, and they're just going to add on a full house on the scoreboard.
Wow. I mean, this is starting to get out of hand here. 4-goal difference, like you said, is just, it's going to be hard to battle back, especially after already being halfway through this game. The CAR-JITSU, you know, mental buff, the vibes, everything is just in their favor, really showing here in game number 5. You know, absolutely a couple, you know, weird goals here and there, but that's a shutdown by JD. Beautiful rotation as Penn pops this midfield. Swamp Donkey there to cut it off. Now Xander is up, has a free touch. If he maybe got a better touch, could have doubled it. Doesn't matter though. Very passive defensive plays coming out from HITTIN FENNEC right now. With only a minute and a half, you need to start setting the house.
Yeah, I'm surprised. They're just sitting there kind of waiting for them to make their play. You know, you got to make the play. They're fine with sitting back and letting you wait on them. You're down 4 goals, so they got to get something going here pretty soon. Styles trying to pull it on target a little bit high. Maybe it works out better than planned, but Fighting Hamster ends up getting 50 instead of shooting it in the net. JD a little bit awkward on the backboard, makes a pass down, but saved by his teammate Styles. Just flipping and flopping in the midfield here.
Yeah, a minute to go. Feels like HITTIN FENNEC have kind of deflated here. A lot of missed touches, a lot of miscommunication.
Oh.
That ball gets pinched down.
My God.
Swamp Donkey able to read it though.
Jesus.
Would have been a crazy goal, but I don't know if it would have been enough as JD goes missing on that play. Does force out a double commit from Swamp Donkey and Xander, but no harm, no foul there. His ball goes over to the other side. Fighting Hamster forced to reconvene, and Fighting Hamster in these pinches, I feel like it's one of his strong suits as
oh my God, I just can't find it.
Penn can't quite find the shot, and great defense coming up from CAR-JITSU once again.
That's tough. That's like salt on the wound right there. You're getting so close to putting this thing in the net. You just cannot. It just keeps hitting the post, keeps hitting defenders barely. And fortunately, this has gotten into the realm of pretty much impossible.
Yep.
10 seconds left here. CAR-JITSU seal their spot as the #1 seed going into semifinals and elimination matches.
I can't remember. Who was it that predicted CAR-JITSU to win the whole thing? I can't remember. Was it Kemek? I think it was Kemek. I think Kemek was the only one to say that Swamp Donkey and CAR-JITSU were going to be the winners. And so far, I mean, it was a fantastic series all the way around. HITTIN FENNEC versus CAR-JITSU. CAR-JITSU are your victors, securing the #1 seed.
Yeah, absolutely blazing match to watch here. Super fun. Crowd got into it. The players got super into it for almost the entirety of the series.
Yep.
Game 5, they kind of chilled out and tried to win.
That's wrong.
But I mean, it was super fun to cast, super fun to watch, and just be a part of.
Yeah, no, it really was. This was exactly what I hoped it would be. You know, I hyped it up. You know, these are the two, you know, two teams that 3-0'd earlier in the day. So to see them battle it out, go to Game 5. I would have liked the Game 5 to be a little bit closer, honestly. It would have been a little bit more fun to watch, but either way, we had some great moments there. I think both these teams proved that they should be the #1 and #2 seeds. And if you didn't hear me earlier, Parched defeated DIV earlier in 5 games as well. So both Div B matches go to 5, which is a beautiful sight to see. So the matchups will be CAR-JITSU versus DIV tomorrow in the semifinal, and then Parched versus HITTIN FENNEC, which will be very fun to watch. I don't know who won that deal. I think CAR-JITSU definitely did. But I think the matchup to watch is going to be that HITTIN FENNEC versus Parched matchup tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it was in the regular season, but it might have been a sweep. I think it was a sweep. It was later in the season. Yeah, it was a sweep because it was later in the season, week 6. I remember everybody was looking forward to it. These two Titans going head to head, have not lost at that point. And then it just kind of crumbled, and it wasn't much of a match, I'm gonna be honest.
Right, and you look at, I think they played earlier on LAN, right? HITTIN FENNEC and Parch, or was that?
No.
That was different, wasn't it? But
Parch play.
But yeah, either way, are you gonna interview? Come over here.
No, they played CAR-JITSU.
Okay, you want to do the interview with me?
You can do it.
Okay. All right, we got our interviewee coming on the desk here. He's gonna take over Yellow Dog's spot. We got Xander up on the desk. What a series. CAR-JITSU, you guys come out on top. It was a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to cast. Walk me through the vibes, walk me through how that was.
Yeah, we just had some friendly banter with the other team, Penn specifically. I own him, pre-jump king on him. We just went into it with really good vibes. It doesn't really matter if we win or lose. We still play tomorrow, so we just kept the vibes up.
Sure. my next question leading into that, you talked about going into tomorrow. With this win, you do secure a matchup against DIV, who has kind of secured the number 4 spot after losing to Parched just earlier. How are you feeling about that matchup? Is that the matchup you wanted going into semis, or how are you feeling?
It definitely is the matchup we wanted because that means all 3 of our games are going to be on the main stage. So we never had to play in the basement, but it's at least we don't have to face like the team we already faced, so we don't have to worry about still beating them.
Sure. So you are obviously a former DCRL champion in your own right. You've kind of made a little bit of a career going for yourself, right? Because I think, do you have a 100% success rate making LAN now?
I do, yeah.
So, I mean, you're definitely going to be up there. How does it feel with this team? Do you think you got good chances to get another championship under your belt?
I do, yeah. During the regular season, we didn't really play together before games.
Okay.
I mean, we were still winning, so it's like once we get to LAN and we knew we were going to play a little more together and build a little more chemistry, then we knew we were actually going to do really well.
Sure. That definitely does help a lot when you're playing a little bit together. Especially getting an advantage over a team that has a sub, right? Obviously, there is some history there. You can make that argument, but either way, fantastic series. You guys take down. You give them their first series loss of the entire season as well. Technically an asterisk, right? Because they got a sub, but either way, tell me how that feels to give a team their first loss on the season.
It feels pretty good. For UJ, we faced against a team called St. Ambrose, and they had an SSL and 2 GC3s, and no one had taken a game on them all regular season, but then we get to LAN, and us UJ guys, were actually the first team to get a game on. So I have experience in...
So you're like a Titan Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to hear that. But that's all I got for you, Xander. So huge congrats once again. You secure that series win, securing the number 1 seed. We'll be seeing you tomorrow up against Diddy. Thank you, and we'll be going to a quick intermission, y'all. We'll be back with a Division A 1-0 match, the final match before we get into some elimination matches.